Life Hacks Beyond Convention talks about political parties in Australia. The Labor Liberal has been fairly consistent as the two different options. We're a social democracy, and we probably need more. So for others outside of Australia, a little bit of an education insight. Yeah, consider what's happening at the moment on the political base.
Yeah, don't
Well, I think
know.
you've got to be a certain personality to want to get into politics
You
because you're
probably
not going
need
to
to be
survive.
narcissistic, yes.
Yeah, because you're just not going to survive in
Mm,
politics if you don't have some of those forthright
mm.
characteristics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's only one politician I really like, and that's our bloke in Perry. What's his Jeff Brock. Yeah, I like him. He's down to earth and he's honest, and that's the reason he hasn't gone as far as a lot of the others. When he did get in, they very actively tried to get him to be the speaker here, and I believe that was an act by the parties to basically shut him down because the speaker can't have an opinion. And I thought, and then he refused it. And it meant a lot more money and everything else. And he refused it. And I went, good on you, mate. Yeah, that's integrity. That's morality. That's, yeah, honesty.
Mm,
So,
mm.
yeah.
Well, where I am, we've been a very strong Labor seat for a really long time, and it's obviously Labor in Victoria. And
Mm,
I don't like a lot of the policies and things that have happened since I've been living here.
yeah.
But I've decided to stop thinking about it and
Mm,
that I prefer the weather. So,
yep.
um, yeah, because it used to bother me a lot. And I've just
Okay.
thought, I just gotta tune this stuff out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I, it is what it is. I went
Mm,
to what do they call those? Before you have elections and they'll a focus group.
yes.
They had a
Mm,
focus group before, must have been the last state election. And I went along to it because it was not long after COVID, or maybe wouldn't have been
mm,
through COVID. But anyway, I come away thinking, yep, all of these people, they're just going to vote them back here. I knew it's
yeah.
like what the majority of people there want. They want the government to come in and take
Mm.
control and tell them what to do and keep them safe. They're,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and in all sorts of ways, like not
Mm,
just the COVID shenanigan, but in all,
mm.
they want them to manage electricity, they want them to do this and that. And I just come away thinking, well, Sonia, you're just not part of the majority. So you've got two
Mm,
choices. You
mm,
stop worrying about it
mm.
and just get on with life, or you move.
Yeah, well, I guess you have to judge how much it's impacting your life personally too. I know when I went
Mm,
to one of these, it was well before COVID, and it was in where was it? In Perry anyway. And the number of politicians and independents were on stage. And I can't remember the former Liberal guy. He sat there with his arms crossed, his legs crossed, facing, and he was at the end of the line and he turned slightly so he couldn't see any of the other candidates. And he has been in a safe seat for 2 or 3 decades at least.
mm,
So he knew he'd
yeah.
be voted in, and he did not engage at
Mm,
all until he was absolutely pressed to. And he was so short. You'd look at him and think, you really don't want to be here. You're being forced to be here. You shouldn't have
mm,
come. It was so arrogant. I was horrified. So once again, I look at each election as an opportunity to review what policies are being promoted or talked about, and then choose. And I've been known to number every one of the numbers on the bottom on a number of occasions. But I'll sit there and go through the electoral stuff and yeah, work out. I'll also work out who's what's the word for it when they give their votes to somebody else.
the
Because in the
preference
end,
stuff.
yeah,
Mm,
preferences, yes. Yeah, because in Australia we have this preference situation. So basically it's Labor or Liberal. That's it. Um, but you can although we're getting more independence in, aren't we?
Oh, we definitely are. And when you
Mm.
look at what do they call? What's Pauline Hanson?
Oh, I can't.
One Nation,
One
One Nation.
Nation, yeah.
We said it just a minute ago. Yeah, like when you see what the polls are saying about them as well.
Mm.
So who knows? We might see some changes
Yeah. Miss
over
having
the
the
next.
third party, as in the Democrats from many years ago. Yeah, shame we
Well, the
lost.
kind of the Greens are that now, aren't they? To a degree.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not ecstatic with them the way they are now. When they started out, I liked a lot of their stuff, but
Mm.
it's different. It's yeah,
I think I definitely lean towards less socialism and more capitalism mindsets.
mm,
And I definitely see the Greens have a bit of a focus on, oh, well, obviously some of their focus is on animal activism and
mm,
environmental activism,
yeah,
which is not necessarily a bad thing. But a lot of their others seem to have a bit of a social justice bent. And I guess I lean a little more towards a capitalism bent than a social justice bent.
mm,
Though there are aspects, like I'm really glad in Australia that we have a bit of a, you know, well, that we're a bit of a social democracy and that
yes,
there is assistance there for people that
yes,
isn't in every country.
yeah,
So I do like aspects of that.
mm,
Um, but yeah, some of the Greens, they're just a bit wackadoodly,
yeah.
really.
That's the good word. I would have lent more that way when I was younger because I thought
Mm.
that I think I believed before I studied coaching and a number of other things and a lot more human nature that um, people were in the situations they're in, but not because of their own choices. It was just,
Mm,
and that we needed to carry them or lift them.
mm,
And now I believe you can give people a hand up,
mm.
but they have to want to be, they have to have a belief system and want to be moving up or forward.